under Articles 91 and 92 of the UCMJ. As an Air Force member, you're required to respect those appointed over you and obey their lawful orders. Discipline and respect are hallmarks of military service. Moving forward, I expect you to show respect and professionalism toward all airmen, peers and superiors alike. Your behavior is unacceptable, and further misconduct may result in more severe action. The following information is required by the Privacy Act, is provided for your information. The authority is 10 USC 9013, and the purpose is to obtain any comments or documents you desire to submit on a voluntary basis for consideration concerning this action. Routine uses provides you an opportunity to submit comments or documents for consideration. If provided, the response you submit becomes a part of the record. Disclosure. Your written acknowledgement of receipt and signature are mandatory. Any other comments or documents you provide are voluntary. You will acknowledge receipt of this letter of reprimand immediately by signing the first endorsement. Within 3 duty days from the day you receive this letter, today, you will provide your response by signing the second endorsement below. Any comments or documents you wish to be considered concerning this letter must be submitted at that time and will become part of the record, consistent with GAFI 36-2907, Adverse Administrative Actions, paragraph 2.4.2.5. After receiving your response, I intend to notify you of my final disposition of this action within 3 duty days. Sure, you're gonna take care of this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Memorandum for Senior Airman Lance Castle Jr. From me, guidance for the release of Air Force IMT 1168s. The attached Air Force IMT 1168s provided to you are controlled, unclassified information in responding to your letter of reprimand. As these are protected documents, you and your attorney must comply with the provisions of the Privacy Act and AFI 90-301, Inspector General Complaints Resolution. Furthermore, you should be aware that improper release of information contained therein may constitute a violation of the Privacy Act, with potential civil and criminal penalties. Although you may utilize and or attach these documents in your response to the letter of reprimand, you may not otherwise copy or distribute these Air Force IMT 1168s or allow any other party to gain access to these Air Force IMT 1168s without prior approval of me. Furthermore, you are instructed to destroy these records upon completion of this action or return them to this office. Please do not hesitate to contact Master Sergeant Matthew Calhoun at the number on this letter with any questions or concerns you may have on the proper release or disposal of this record. Lastly, memorandum for Senior Airman Lance Castle from me. This is a no contact order. Effective immediately, you are prohibited from initiating any further contact or communication with Captain Liam H. Lawrence, Chief Master Sergeant Jessica M. Baldwin, WO1 Benjamin G. Lip, Master Sergeant Michael T. Carey, Master Sergeant Janae A. Beller, Master Sergeant Shamika C. Harvey, Tech Sergeant Sherilyn J. Cleveland, and Staff Sergeant Sean M. Garcia. For purposes of this order, the term communication includes, but is not limited to, communication in person or through a third party via face-to-face contact, telephone, or in writing by letter, data, fax, or electronic mail. If the individual named above initiates any contact with you, you must notify the Security Forces First Sergeant, Master Sergeant Matthew Calhoun, regarding the facts and circumstances surrounding such contact. No contact means verbal contact via in-person, telephone, or through a third party. Nonverbal, signaling with any part of your body to their hands, to them, hands, eyes, etc. Written contact, letters, notes, email, text, SMS, messages, social media, including but not limited to Skype, Facebook, Tumblr, Kik, Whisper, Snapchat, Instagram, etc., or the attempt of the previously mentioned contact. If you encounter the individual listed above, on or off duty, you will remain clear of the immediate vicinity, about 25 yards from the individual, and you shall have a duty to remove yourself from that situation immediately and report the interaction to a supervisor. You are expected to remain professional at all times. In addition to the above stated terms, you are prohibited from discussing or sharing this no contact order with anyone on or off duty unless otherwise permitted by law, for example, an inspector general, congressional inquiry, etc., or unless a member of your chain of command authorizes you to do so. If there are any questions or concerns, please contact the First Sergeant immediately. This order is necessary to preserve good order and discipline and to prevent any discredit to the United States Air Force, Cannon Air Force Base, and this unit. This order shall remain in force until you're notified otherwise by myself or the First Sergeant. It shall be reviewed monthly to consider if modification or rescission is appropriate. The first such review shall be on 18 September of this year. Any special circumstances that you believe warrant exception to this order shall be coordinated and approved through your First Sergeant. This letter constitutes a lawful and direct order. Failure to obey this order is a direct violation of UCMJ Article 92 and may result in adverse action. Lance, you're dismissed.